What's going on, everyone? It's TG Smooth back with some more Ark Survival Evolved. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm having a pretty awesome day. Complain. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to show your support by liking and sharing this video. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, feel free to subscribe down below as well. But yeah, I thought it'd be a good idea to take you guys to all the caves today and show you how they're done. And kind of walk you through them. So I'm gonna try to make just tabs on YouTube when I edit the video to take you to specific parts, but I believe we are gonna start on the volcano. There's a total of 4 artifacts over here, and just so you guys can see, hold on, my GPS, let me get that out, and then my map. And you guys can go ahead. I'm on the southern islet, so that's where I am. And I'm going to take you in the view. Probably most of the traveling too. I'm just going to speed up. And that way you guys can see exactly the route I take to get to the place. And you can kind of see the surroundings. And I'm only doing this because when I looked up the artifacts on YouTube, I had trouble finding good videos that actually explained what the people were doing instead of just showing and, you know, talking to their buddies and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in a little. And we're back. Alright, so the entrance to the cave is at 11.2 and 67.8, and that's lat and long in that order. And you can see there on the map. Let me hop back on the quets. There we go. Alright, so this one you can take any kind of flyer in, guys. These are easy and probably the best cave to farm for drops. What you're gonna go and do is just fly straight down here. Now, all these caves, some of them I know where all the drop locations are, and some of them I don't, but I will explain as I go the drop locations that I do know, and show you guys those as well. So let's go ahead and fly up here to the first one. And you can see it in sight already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clear a way. I'm actually gonna grab these because they are red drops and they're super good. I've gotten Mastercraft, long neck rifle, blueprints out of them and everything. So totally worth farming the red drops in this cave. Holy crap. Alright, a lot of killing to do, and I apologize about that, but I am playing on a server and I can't exactly wipe it. Whee! Alright, Mastercraft Stone Pick. Amazing. Not needed. Alright, and on to the artifacts. So the first artifact is going to be on this left-hand side. You just fly straight through here. Sometimes there's going to be some enemies. If you're doing this on foot, just be prepared for the typical cave enemies, and lots of them. Nothing too much to worry about here though, no yetis or anything like that. Alright, and we can just grab the artifact of the strong. So that's the first artifact and the first drop location. The second drop location would be right over here under this stone archway. And it would be, whoa, lag. Right about where my Quetzal is. So right in there is the second drop location, but it's not there. Okay. and then we just fly back out the way we came. Keep going through this tunnel. Now when we get up here, you're gonna see a lava waterfall on your left hand side and some stairs. That's the route you want to take. Anything over to the right is just the exit and stuff that is really unimportant and you don't need to take unless you are on foot. So we're just going to completely avoid that area and fly right up here. This would be the third drop location right by this crystal, right where my Quetzal is landed in that area. Now this stone archway, you don't want to fly above it. You can glitch out of the map, and this is on Xbox One, guys. I should have mentioned that earlier. I'll put it in the title though, so people know. Alright, and then the fourth drop location is going to be down this little corridor right here, right at the dead end. Once again, I'll park my Quetzal about the approximate location, so right there. And then if it's not there, you always fly down here and check this area. And this one is actually here. So, let's go ahead and grab it, put my map away. And it's a regular Rex saddle. That's a little disappointing. I actually think that's like the crappiest drop I've gotten out of one. Alright, and let's go ahead and fly up this way towards the next artifact location. And once again, you can just take any flyer down here and get them. And then I will show you the next two Ascendant drop locations. Right, so one is right down here. Once again, I'll park my Quetzal. So right in this area, and the second one is actually spawned in over here and is right around here. So this little area has two possible spawn locations. Let's go ahead and take this spider out real quick. Alright, no problem. Alright, nothing good out of that one either, so it's gonna make a fool out of me. Of course it would when I record. Alright, so we got those two artifacts. That's all of the drop locations down here that I know about, and the two artifacts, the strong and the massive. So I'm gonna fly back outside, guys. There is a shortcut, and I've explained this in many videos, but this is a guide video, so I'll go over it too. Right now on Xbox One, there is a glitch right here to where you can fly out. It's just going to take you through a short loading screen, and then you're on top of the volcano. Super easy shortcut. Alright, so I'm going to fly back to my main base, and we'll go to the next cave. Alright, and we're back. So off to the lava cave number 2 for the other two artifacts. Now you are gonna want a mount as small as like a direwolf or sabertooth for this one. And once again, I'm just leaving from my main base, the first spot I left for the first one. And I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up again and fly you guys to the location, and then I'll see you there. And we're back. Alright, let's hop on the wolf right here. And then let's RB. So we're at 15.8 latitude and 50.5 longitude on the volcano island, and we have our wolf and we're ready to rock. Alright, so you just want to go in here and then go down this pathway to the left. It's going to be a lot of enemies on this first area. Well, usually there is. Here we go. Now they're spawning in. And you just kind of want to clear them out. I like using the wolf just because it's fast and it can run if need be. But with the server stats as they are, you can tell I'm doing plenty of damage. And it's really unnecessary. You may have a harder time than what it looks like in these videos, just based off the server you're playing on. So don't think all these caves are going to be this easy, and actually the ice ones, I can tell you, are not that easy and are going to be really hard. I'm going to show you doing it my way, that way you can just see where the artifacts are. Oh no. All that for some journeyman hide. Oh, it's just a dung beetle. Nobody cares. Why is my map always on? I think the me thing's glitched. Anyways, you wanna... Alright, so that's the way we came down, those steps right there. You just cut across this little field. This is also an awesome place to farm silica pearls. Oh, shit. Right, wait for the slow movement speed to get off me, dump my weight. You are gonna have to jump across this, and might as well level my guy up while I'm at it. Alright, yeah, keep shaking your butt. Okay. So jump across that little ledge, eat some more guys, then come over this way. You want to jump across this ledge right here. Just follow it across and jump again. I'm pretty sure you can make that on foot. I just like bringing a wolf through here. It makes it 10 times easier. And then there's a little crossing right there on the right. Go down this ramp. There are a crap ton of enemies down here as well, which is where making a mount comes in, or having a mount comes in handy. Alright, and we're just going to clear some of that out. And the artifact is actually down here underneath the water. If it's pretty clear, you can just jump off your mount. It will float up to the top, and you can grab the artifact. And back up to the top we go. These things shouldn't bother it too much where they're in the water. Excuse me, a little rasp in my voice there. Oh my god. Oh, there goes my flak. I may die here, actually. That's crazy. I usually clear this whole thing out before I go down there, and that's why. It's because these arthropluras, unless they fix to where you can't be hit on a mount anymore, which would be awesome. Alright, we need to drop some weight before we die. Alright. There we are. And then there is a drop over here. So this is the second drop location. So many enemies. Yeah, imagine clearing this area out with a long neck rifle and a shotgun. Alright, nothing good. I am not getting anything good out of these drops for these videos. Alright, put that GPS away. That's what was causing me. And we just exit the same way we came through. I'll take you guys all the way back to the beginning, and pretty much we're just gonna wing it to the other side. And that was the artifact of the pack, in case you missed that. just fell off. You can actually go down there, the water's not that dangerous, and you'll see that up here in a little bit. I'm just trying to save us time. Right, so what you want to do next is go back up towards the entrance. The entrance is right there on the right. You want to make a right coming out of the entrance and go this way around this little ledge. Be careful if you're on a fast mount, and then through this little corridor as well, and then the same thing as like last room. You want to come down here, go down the ramp, but this time you're gonna go into water. You just want to make a right and head down this way. There is a little ramp that you can get back up, so it's okay to take Sabertooth and Direwolf's down here. Alright, and then once you get up, we just want to go up and around this ledge right here. Alright. And then we will be coming up on the next artifact pretty soon. We just keep following this around. And the last drop location that I know of in here, I have not explored the waters, so I can't tell you if there's any under there. I think there's usually only 3 drops in a cave, 3 or 4. And I always find these ones in the same spot every time I've been down here, so I'm assuming that there's not that much down in the water, if there's not even like any bad guys down there. Alright, area is clear, and I believe this is the artifact of the hunter. Yes. And that is the last artifact location for here, and then the drop is right over here behind it. And a journeyman metal hatchet blueprint. Not too bad, that's actually pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna head back to the base and go to the next cave. And we're back. Alright, on to the 4th artifact. I'll show you guys my location right now. Alright, there we go, and let's GPS. There we go. Alright, so you can see where we're at. We're headed over to the mountain with snow on it, the southern one. And I'm just going to speed this up and fly you guys there so you can see your surroundings. Alright, and we're back. We're at 59.7, 22.6 is the cave entrance. And this one you can also take a flyer in, so let's go ahead. And you can get a little turned around in this cave, so let's go ahead and fly up high. Oh, there is one cool thing. It's like the Abdominal Rex, guys. It's pretty awesome. I like it. Anyways, if you fly down here, you want to make a loop to the left and go up the ramp. And if you did this cave on foot, there are a lot of Yetis around here. Pretty high level as well. And that's the first drop location right there. flying around from that drop location is the artifact. Let's go ahead and kill these Rynos. Alright, hop off here. And right there is the artifact, the Skylord. That one's really simple. If you fly around here, there are more drops. I believe there's one right on this ramp over here. That spawns. And a lot of them are on the ramps, but I'm going to take you guys to the next location. It's going to be from the start of this cave, and I'll fly you from there. Alright guys, we're back at the front of this cave. I'm going to take you to the next artifact location. It's not really in a cave. I don't know what to call it, but it's a pretty cool area. I like it. Alright, and we're back. Like I said, this one isn't much of a cave. Let's go ahead and pull out the map for you guys. I don't know why I keep doing that today. For some reason, I don't know. So at 36.6 and 16.1, you can see I'm kind of on the map, but I'm underneath of it. So I think that's where some people get lost. So you have to fly all the way to the edge and then back in. And then if you go to this little stream right here and fly up it, well bam, right there is, I think, artifact of the Cunning. Let's go ahead and land right here. Bam. And then artifact of the Cunning. Oh yeah, baby. And that is the 6th artifact. And let's go to the next one. Alright, and we're back at my base in the southern islets at 32.4 latitude and 70.3 long. I'm going to take you guys to the last ice cave. It has 2 artifacts in it, and I'll kind of explain as I'm going what you'll need, because I'm pretty sure you're going to be watching this video before you do it or while you're doing it, and you can be like, oh snap, you know, and go back and get stuff. But you guys are definitely going to want to take like a baryonyx up there on a Quetzal or 2, however many people's going up there. I would have a mount for each person. You're going to need scuba gear, you're going to need fur armor, grappling hooks, and a lot of munitions, guys, and I mean a lot. You'll see all the Yetis and stuff once we get up here and how much stuff you're gonna have to go through. I'm just gonna cheat and fly and then kind of show you guys for time purposes, because it's gonna take forever to clear out this cave on foot. But I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this video and take you guys. Alright, and we're back. Okay, I hope you guys got a good view of that. We are now at 18.8 lat and 29.6 along on the northern snow mountain. You guys can see here. Alright, and then let's go ahead and fly in here. Hello, Rex. And I already got my baryonyx in here. Bam! Alright, let's hop down on this guy. Hopefully that Rex don't come through there. Should be alright. And I am gonna pump melee. We'll make this video. Oh no, I'm gonna pump weight because lag. Alright, so we get into the cave. You're gonna start at the top. You can fly a flyer down to the bottom and clear it out, like a Quetzal or an RG, something like that. But we're gonna make our way down here with our baryonyx. And then the part where the grappling hooks are is where we're gonna fly at, not through these parts. Do it somewhat semi-legit, but you guys can see the mass amounts of dinos down here. It's absolutely insane. Alright, let's go ahead and equip our scuba gear. Wrong button. And then bam. And bam. I don't think you guys want any hombres. Get stunned, stupid. Oh, come on. They got me trapped. Alright, now that we're unstuck, I just went below the water, guys. So you can see here, I'm gonna go straight down. And then there's gonna be a cave, I guess facing towards the entrance. It would be the cave on your right. You're just gonna go through all these little icicle chambers. Alright, and we're almost there. And then at the end of it, you're gonna see on one side the oil rocks. You're just gonna swim up from there. Ooh. Alright, perfect. And there should be a ledge to get up on right here, and it's gonna take you into like a Coliseum looking area. Lots of bad hombres in here. They really don't mess with the baryonyx. So you can take a look around. There's a drop location right over here. We're not gonna grab it. I don't feel like fighting everything in the world. But just so you guys can take a look around. And then over this way, so if you see the stairs whenever you come up, just circle around until you find the open area. I go up high first. Alright. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't knock me down. Alright, good stuff. A little too fast on this ledge. Alright, we go up to the very top, hook a left. Keep on going. And there is a drop location up here sometimes. It overlooks the bottom area from which we just came. Alright, now that you guys see that, just make our way back to where we were coming from, and then we want to go down low. Alright, I don't want to jump down on this baryonyx, but this is where we're gonna cheat and fly real quick. Okay, so if you went back that way, it would just lead you down. You guys seen the lower path, so that's pretty much where you're gonna take, and you'll see it on the way out. But this is why you would need grappling hooks right here, is this area, unless you have a super beefy baryonyx or dino, you can get down here um, that can survive the drop, and you could heal down here. Baryonyx, you would have to bring fish meat with you, which really sucks because they would be stuck down here. And I'm sure your dino would want some food, but we just go through here and right along this path over here to the right is the artifact. And it's actually pretty clear back this way. You could almost run past all those enemies if your speed is high enough. Alright. And I am freezing. Yes, so you definitely want to bring fur gear, and while you're not in the water you need to equip it. I always keep forgetting that, because your health will drop pretty significantly down in here. And then there is a drop down here. I think this one's actually safe to grab. Let's see. Yeah, it's safe. And it's a Journeyman Carno saddle. Sweet. And I'm now ice cubed because I jumped in here with my fur. Oh, can I not fly? Fly. Okay, so we can't fly underwater. There we go. And then just take this path out. This is the little area we came into. So we'll just take it back out, and then you guys will see that lower area like I was talking about. And you can see kind of how many enemies there are and prepare a lot better. Alright, so a bunch of direwolves and spiders, saber-tooths, and this is where we need to fly, and you would need grappling hooks to get back up this way. Unless, of course, your server allows cave building, then you could probably build a ramp down here. But for now, admin cheat fly works pretty well. Alright, and we're just gonna hurry up and go through here. And out the way we came, but you guys kind of seen that lower path there. Alright, and we're gonna want to equip our scuba gear so we don't drown. And you can see my HP is still going down. I'm still ice cubed. Alright, so let's just circle around till we find the exit right there. And pretty much we want to just keep swimming straight through to the opposite side. I'll show you guys where to go back up at. Did I not equip my scuba gear? No, I put it on my dino. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I know. Alright, there we go. Second time's a charm, guys. Second time's a charm. Right. So this open area right here would lead back up to the entrance of the cave itself. We want to keep swimming straight. Go up a little bit. Go around to the right. And then to the left. Alright, you're gonna come to a big open area, and that's where you want to swim up at. Ooh. And there should be a nice little ramp for you. Alright. Now you can see here, this one's a little bit crazy when it comes to dinos in here. I don't want to fight, I'm peaceful. Alright, let's go ahead and equip our fur. I don't think that helped any, but we just want to come over here and up to these stairs. And you can see right over there is the artifact, pretty easy to get to. And there are a lot of enemies around the drops down here, so just be careful of that. And there is multiple ways up here. My way is not the only way in some of these videos, guys. It's just the way I know, which has been the simplest for me to learn. Alright, so we got those hombres taken care of. Let's... Oh no! That was almost a disaster. Get our artifact and let's get out of here before we die. There's water below us. We can just jump right down. Look, no damage. Oh, come on. Alright guys, and then it's just back to the entrance from here. So I'm gonna go back to base, regroup, and I'll see you when we're ready to go to the next cave. Alright, and we're back at my main base in the Southern Islets. If you're skipping just for this artifact, then this is your starting reference, I should say. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna fast forward this, guys, and take you there. Alright, and we're back. You can see the entrance right there. I'm gonna go ahead and land the Quetzal over here. It should be okay. Alright, and I just bring a Baryonyx with me. You guys can bring any other creature. It don't require too much swimming. I would recommend bringing a scuba tank, however. Let's go ahead and equip that. Unless you have more than 120 oxygen. Alright, and let's go ahead, speed this guy up. And go in this cave. It don't even look like a cave, really. It looks like just an archway. Where it's so narrow to begin with. But we just want to swim straight in here. There's going to be a ramp up here on our right. We want to get up on it. And we're not going to worry about any of the drops in the next two caves. They're kind of poop. Unless you want to loot blue cave drops, then feel free to. I'm not going to go over the drop locations in this video unless they're along the way, which I don't think any are, but some are over there to the left and along that back wall, kind of. But we just want to make a right and continue our way down this way. Fight any stupid spiders that may slow you down. And this is good, why it's good to bring mounts into any cave you can. Look at all this. All because a couple stupid spiders. You too, hombre? There. Eat my poop. Alright, continuing on the way we were, we just want to keep going straight. And then there's going to be a body of water over here to the right. Now this is a fairly big cave, but this is the only artifact in it. And we want to continue to swim. Is there actually a Sarco down here? Swim forward. I didn't know Sarcos spawned in here. Interesting. And then continue to make our way towards the bottom. you'll see the artifact render in right there. And keep swimming. And this is why you want a scuba tank. I have made it down here without a scuba tank. This is... Get stunned. Alright. 145 Sarco. Holy crap. Alright, and there is the artifact of the immune. To get out of the cave, I would just recommend going back out the way you came in. You can go through these underwater paths, and they do lead to the ruins, like towards the center of the map, in the jungle area. But I'm not going to take that route, and I'll see you back at base. Alright, and for the last cave, well, it's kind of a cave. All you need is a flyer. It's pretty simple, guys. And it's right under the floating island. I'm gonna go ahead and fly there. I think you get the point by now. We're at my base. I'm flying somewhere. I'm gonna speed it up. And we're back. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our map and GPS. We are at 36.2 and 36.2. Right at the center. Yeah, so center, you fly underneath, down below, and it has this entrance right here. Let's go ahead and put these up, and then fly up into it. And get some stamina real quick. All this flying around we've been doing. Right, so you can have a look around when you first come in. Mushrooms. It's a pretty cool area. Alright. And we just go straight. Keep about mid-level. Let it load because it's a crappy Xbox. Make a left turn and bam, there's the artifact. Simple as that. And let's go ahead and grab it. Artifact of the Devious. Alright, so that's all the artifacts that I know about, guys. Unless they added in the underwater ones. I haven't really looked that up, but I'm pretty positive there's only 9. Or is that 10? I don't know. I don't know how to count right now because it's super late when I'm making this video. So I'm just going to call it a night, and I hope this helped you guys out. If it did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button and share the video for me. But besides that, you guys have a good night, and as usual, this is TG Smooth out. And remember to stay smooth. Peace.